A long time ago, my mom converted back to Christianity. She was one of these Hispanic Pentecostal types. If you know, you know, alright? You know they get a bit crazy sometimes. And, and she's changed a bit now. She's a bit less, radical. But in any case, I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. I was a wee lad. I was a wee lad. Alright, little fat wee lad. And it was summertime, we're playing video games. I was making these videos where it was on Instagram. I don't know what profile I used, but like it'd be like compare these two players. It was on my PS3, NBA 2K14. Like who can make a 3-pointer first, Shaq or I don't know, Dikembe Mutombo, like that type of video, right? I would make them. I'll use my phone. Like I'll play on the screen, like on my PS3, and then I'll have the phone camera down here. I'll just record it. I'll play like, yeah, I was having so much fun. And then one fateful day, my mom opens the door, barges in. Guess what? Guess what? At the start of the school year, we're throwing this all away. Her accent is not that heavy, okay? I'm kind of gassing a little bit. Her accent's not that heavy, but it is like a little bit. You can tell. It's a very minor accent. Like, if you talk to her for 10 minutes, you'd realize, but if you talk to her for a minute or two, you'd think she's American, right? Or doesn't have an accent at all. So, essentially, the reason why she wanted to throw all this stuff away is because it was a part of the Illuminati. It was satanic, and it was, from hell and all this other stuff, right? And the reason why she thought all of this is because, I know you're not going to believe me, but you might even be able to find these videos on YouTube. I actually found the second one I'm going to talk about, but it was more than just video games. I also got SpongeBob taken away. Everything. Mario, all this stuff. No TV, no movies from any of this stuff. Just Bible cartoons and another TV show, which I'll talk about later. So, for 2K, the reason why 2K got thrown away, I know you're not going to believe me, but this is actually how it happened. Believe, on everything, bro. On everything. There was a YouTube video about the Illuminati in 2K14. And there was a wet floor. You know how wet floor signs have that triangle, right? Yeah, it's really going there, bro. That was the connection to Illuminati. And that's why I couldn't play NBA 2K anymore, which was one of the main games I played. No more 2K. Because a wet floor sign, had the Illuminati, had the Illuminati symbol on it because of the triangle. And then this was going to be a real kicker. I mean, some of you may watch this video. This video is very popular. I didn't think I was going to find it. But you know that one SpongeBob conspiracy theory video? Where it's like SpongeBob was a kid named Bob. And like he died on a bicycle. And all the characters from SpongeBob are representations of dead people. I'm sure you've seen the video. She took that seriously. Although it's obviously a creepypasta. Like it literally says, this is a creepypasta. She took it seriously because, she doesn't really know how the internet works and all this other stuff, right? She took it seriously. So I'm not able to watch SpongeBob anymore. We just kept doing this over and over. Like every single show. And realized, you've probably watched his videos before. These are all creepypasta joke videos. But she took them seriously. And, she started, going to throw away all this stuff. All right, she's like, you got to throw it all away. It's all got to be gone. Because of this. It's all satanic, it's all Illuminati, and all this other stuff. So anyways, the school year starts. And she followed through with what she said. Now, for reference, I have thousands of dollars worth of video games. Now, thousands of dollars worth of video games. Like, just to give you an idea, I had an NES with games. I had an SNES with games. I had a GameCube with games. I had 2 Wiis, although we kept one of them because one of them was my stepdad's. My Wii had games, a bunch of games, by the way. When I say games, I mean games, all right? I didn't have a Wii U. I think that was it. I think the Wii U was into his console at that point. I had a PS3 with games. It was one that slid open. It was a sliding top. I had, how could I forget? I had 2 N64s. I had a jungle green translucent N64 and a blue translucent N64 with games. And N64 was one of my favorite consoles. And of course, I had the controllers to go with it. In fact, I think I had a smoke controller. I did like a gray, blue, and green controller. And these were the translucent ones, not the regular ones. These are the rarer ones. games. I mean, like at a PSP, or is that what it's called? Or a PS Vita. It was like the handheld PlayStation. Yeah, I know some of you know what I'm talking about. I had that. I had a PSP. You know, the GameCube, the Game Boy, SP. You know, the little Game Boy that flips open. Had that. Had games. I had games for all of these, by the way. GameCube, original Game Boy. Had a Game Boy Advance. Had a 3DS, a blue one. It was a nice one. There's probably more games I'm forgetting, to be honest. But I had games, and I was a gamer. All right, I had a bunch of games, and you know, this was all gonna be thrown away. So the day before the school year starts, or the day the school year started, or whatever, like we go into the garage of this house, and I know some people are like, "Oh, well, you said you didn't come for money. You're talking about a garage and all these games. What do you mean?" This is during my community, gated community neighborhood days. A few years after this, I would end up living in a shed because, you know, something happened between my stepdad and my mom. They separated, so I was a wee lad. Remember, I was like 3rd or 4th grade. But this is why I was a loser back then, because I didn't actually go through anything difficult. So, anyways, go to the garage, and I have this bag, this black bag. I remember this, and we're throwing all the games away. We're putting it in the bag, and we're just throwing it away. Oh my god, bro. We're just throwing it away. All these games. And I sell some games now on eBay. So it's like just throwing all these games away. You know, hundreds, thousands of dollars worth of games. And, you know, it's a pretty sad day for me because I like my video games. And, you know, there was this Willy Wonka DVD, and I wasn't allowed to watch Willy Wonka either. I had this DVD, and this was my idea. I wanted to burn the DVD for fun. Like, well, if I'm getting all my stuff thrown away, I might as well have some fun. So, you know, I got a lighter, and I took out the cover. You know how DVDs, they have the paper cover inside for the front and the little plastic sleeve. I took it out. I set it on fire. I stomped it out. Just to have some fun, because I'm going to lose all my games. I might as well have fun doing it and lose all my stuff, right? So, gets all put in a bag, gets thrown in the garbage. And, you know, it's the end of the story. Now my mom's different, like I said. Now, she doesn't really care that much. When she first converted, she was a bit radical. But now, you know, she's a bit more normal, I guess. But in any case, there's 2 lessons I learned from this. The first lesson is that even the negative can end up being positive. Because, I'll put it like this. I can't really reveal what exactly for certain reasons. But one day I will. There was something I was really interested in, because this was the stage. I was interested in this TV show when I was really young. I had a bunch of stuff from it. Then I fell in love with it, and I started playing games. Then after I lost my games, like, well, I still have this stuff from over here, so I'm going to use those again. And this stage, although I fell out of love with it again, this stage led to my business that has now made over 6 figures, generated over 6 figures. So, truthfully, I could say, if I kept these video games, I probably wouldn't have, you know, had this. I wouldn't have this business. And also, this forced me to be creative and look for alternative media sources. So, you know, when we moved out and moved to the shed, I didn't have a bunch of video games to take with me for entertainment. Instead, I had a VCR with a VHS player, so I watched stuff from there. And I learned stuff from those VHS tapes. I had to write things. I had to find ways to be creative. I had to learn about different things. Truthfully, I'm very happy this happened, actually, because if I kept those video games, I probably would have been gamer nerd for my whole entire life. Like right now, I wouldn't be I'm actually, because I never really thought about it this much, but there's a very good chance, very, very good chance that if this didn't happen, it's not like I never played video games afterwards. I played emulator games for a while, but I don't play video games at all anymore. There's a good chance if this never happened, I wouldn't be making these videos. I wouldn't have this business. I wouldn't have anything going for me. I wouldn't be living in this house either. Although I do live with my mom, you know, I have long story there, but I mean, I probably would still be a gamer right now. I probably would be playing video games right now. Or actually, I would be at school right now. right? No, today's Saturday. But if it was any day, a school day, I would be at school right now. It's 1:47. It's crazy to think about. So, always look for the positives of things. I can cry and be like, oh, I lost thousands of dollars of video games. My mom threw it away. I'm happy it happened. Always look for positives. Now, secondly, I know it's probably going to piss a few people off. It's like, I came here because your mom threw away a bunch of video games and that's wrong because I love video games. You don't need video games. Video games are a waste of time, all right? I know a lot of you would have been like me, crying like, oh, I'm going to lose my video games. You don't need video games, okay? If you can't entertain yourself without video games, then you're just a retard. I know a bunch of people are going to click off, a bunch of people are going to be pissed off. I don't care. And truthfully, like I said, I'm very happy this happened because it taught me that lesson. Now, that lesson really came to fruition when I fully quit video games a few months ago. You don't need video games. Let that sink in. I made videos about quitting video games. It's a really good decision. It will change your life. But in any case, that's the story. I have a movement going on here, and this movement wouldn't even exist if not for this event, most likely. That movement is to build back Christian men. Christian men keep losing. One of the reasons why we keep losing is because we're so attached to the video games. All of our youth, they play video games all day. Right? So, part of the movement is educating ourselves so we can take action, right? And I'm having a hard time tying this into the story, but whatever. If you want to join, if you're a Christian, or even if you're someone who's curious about Christianity, you're like, I'm an atheist and God doesn't exist because Christians are stupid and all this other stuff, feel free to join the Discord. Link in description. Follow me on Instagram, like my posts. I already said follow me. And do that so my Instagram looks better. Go to my website. Give me your email so I can sell you stuff in the future. Good stuff. Subscribe to the channel for future videos. Those are my call to actions. See you in the next one.